All right, we got it for you going on now. The giant liquidation sale over at Harbor Freight started yesterday, going all the way through, was it the 28th? We got a ton of great deals here. Now, before you buy something, go and check out my video on the parking lot sale happening next month. That sale is going to have just ridiculous stuff. We're talking like Icon ratchets for 40% off. There's some screaming deals here. But we're going to go through this one. We're going to find the good, the bad, and the ugly, as it were, because we've been covering, somebody asked me recently, hey, can you trim these down to like 10 or 15 minutes? Sorry, brother, we can't, because if I did that, I would just be basically doing lip service, man. We provide the real in-depth information. No channel's been covering Harbor Freight longer than we have. No channel has more inside information at Harbor Freight than we have. We've been doing the deal here. So this is where you come for the real information. If you want the other stuff, go somewhere else, go to TikTok or whatever. That's just top level stuff, and we're not here for that, all right? So anyway, the Predator generator, 8750, great generator, solid generator, inverter generator, but it's not one of the super quiet generators. I want to point that out because a lot of people think they're going to get this because it says inverter and it's going to be, oh, it's going to be whisper quiet. No, you need inverter and fully enclosed. This is inverter open frame, so it's kind of a halvesy kind of thing. So you're not going to get that whisper quiet. It's going to be a little bit quieter as long as you're not running it at full power. The inverter allows it to manage the engine and make it step down so it doesn't run at full throttle. So if you're not using that power, it doesn't waste the gas, doesn't run the engine that hard. That's nice, makes it a little bit quieter, and you get the pure sine wave out of it. But if you want full quiet, you're going to have to wait for the next sale to get one of those inverter fully enclosed. Next to that, we got the Daytona long reach, low profile, my favorite jack, the one I have. I have that and the Badlands. Those are my two go-to jacks here. $200, comes in 4 colors. What I love about the long reach, low profile is it can lift my 1-ton truck. It can also lift my BMW. It gets under all of them, and it lifts higher than pretty much all the other jacks, that at least the standard Daytona style floor jacks that Harbor Freight sells. The 6-ton heavy-duty jack stands, if you got a big truck like mine, this is a must-have. You got to get it. Then to the right, we got the, everyone saves 30. Some people say, Inside Track members save 40. So that is on clearance and as-is items, okay? But this is a huge deal, huge way to save. Somebody just commented and sent me a message yesterday showing that on their app, it was showing that the Bauer cordless jigsaw is now clearance. A lot of great clearance stuff, and imagine getting 40% off of that. That's a pretty good, there's a lot of great deals out there. Make sure you check out the clearance items. All right, let's keep going here. We got the Apex winch. It's called Apex for a reason. It's the top of the line that they sell. It has the 12,000-pound winch with the synthetic rope, that's what you want. You got the wireless remote, keeps you safe. It's not the biggest sale we've ever seen, but the $540, middle of summer, you want to get out there, do some overlanding. That's the way to go. Then let's scroll down here. We got a bit more. We got the Pittsburgh Click torque wrench for $12. It's good enough for your basic work on your old Honda Civic and whatnot. It'll get the job done. The ladder over here, $120. I'm sorry, I have a Little Giant. I bought it first, had it for years. Then I had multiple. We had a house in Vegas and a house up here in Montana. So I bought the Franklin for the house here in Montana, and I can't tell the difference as far as build quality. Does the Little Giant have maybe a little bit better fit and finish? Maybe, but it's a ladder. I'm not looking at fit and finish. I'm not driving it down the road. I just want to know how high I can climb and how much I can, bend it and do all the other kind of Swiss Army knife stuff that these ladders will do. And they both do a great job. In fact, the Franklin has been in my studio here for years. I'm actually moving it down to the shop as I'm getting one of those. We showed it on Prime Day. It's like less of a step ladder, more of a step staircase. It folds incredibly flat. We're going to do a video on that one, so hold off on that if you're looking for something more along those lines. To the left of that, we got the Thunderbolt Solar, $100. A lot of people gave me a lot of grief going, you can't recommend that. There's better solar out there. Yeah, if you want to order something online, you want to do a ton of research, great. But if you just want to get some basic solar panels that are actually quite good for the money and walk into the store and get them today, the Thunderbolt Solar at $100 is a fair price. It just is. All right, let's keep going down here. We got the U.S. General. This is the top box, all right, the 27 by 22. $220 on this, down from $250. Here's what I'm going to say. You know where I see a lot of people using these? On their workbenches, where they just use the top. It has a great little tool drawer there right on top of their workbenches. That's a great idea. All right, we got the deep cut bandsaw for $150. That's just a beast of a saw. Note, this is the corded, not the cordless version. Folding sawhorses for $12. Good secondary backup, cheap sawhorses. The titanium stick welder, $225. Titanium, I always say yes welder, Arc Captain, and Titanium are the three kind of the triumvirate of best bang for the buck welders out there. The Bauer drywall sander. I got to tell you, I hate this sander because by having this, it means you're going to work with drywall. I hate drywall. It's probably a great sander. I hate drywall with an absolute passion. I had to do it for years. Don't ever do it again. I've heard good things from people who've used it, and $110. I doubt if you can find for like if you're redoing your house or something, doubt if you're going to find a cheaper one than that. Next to that, we got the Syntec jump starter for $60. I don't know. I mean, I've had this. Harbor Freight sent me one of them a while back. It does a great job. I just go, why am I going to lug something big like this when I can get one of those portable jump starters that we always talk about? Tell me down below. Tell me what I'm missing there. Anti-fatigue foam mats there for $9. That's okay. The parts holder, you should have one of those at every workstation. They're just entirely too useful to be only $2. The wobble set is actually not bad. For $10, it's a good, if you're a DIYer, that's a great extension / wobble set to use. I've used it a ton. The Warrior heat gun, I'm not a huge fan of it just because I like the Bauer one. I think it's bigger. It has more features, stuff, but that's just me. I know the guys on a budget absolutely love. Every time they're like, "You're downplaying that Warrior. It's a great heat gun." So the viewers have spoken, the den has spoken, and they're like, "No, it's a good gun." And I'm not saying it's not a good gun. I just like the Bauer better. Okay. All right, let's go on to page 2 here. All right, first off, we got the Costco, was a hand truck there. That thing is the real deal. Holyfield, 3-in-1 for $150. Work smart, not hard, don't hurt your back. You only got one of them. Don't mess it up. These hand trucks, every house should have a hand truck. If this one's out of your budget, buy one of the cheaper ones. But if this is what you're looking for, that you're in this realm, this is the one to pull the trigger on. I can't recommend it enough. Under that, we've got the 40-inch lightweight aluminum work platform. It's a decent little platform. I don't know if I'd put myself on it, but I'll tell you what, I know a lot of guys who have big trucks like I do who use it to get in that engine bay. To the right of that, we got some gardening tools. Yeah, they're all right. I'm nothing to write home about. $11 is not a bad price, but it's not something I'm going to get all excited about. We got the Predator 2650 PSI pressure washer. That's a solid gas-powered pressure washer. It really is. Now, is it the biggest sale you're ever going to see? No, not really. But it's middle of summer kind of pricing. That's what you're going to get. If you want a good deal on a pressure washer, buy it in January. That's just the way these things go. All right, let's keep going here. We got the sprayer, pump sprayer. Come on, let's go down here. We got the Predator trash pump. Now, that's semi-trash on that pump, not full trash, okay? That's not a joke, okay? You have to look. Semi-trash means it's got some dirt or silt in it. Full trash means it's just pumping everything. Most pumps you look at, they're like, clear water only. So this will do some clearage, but not too much. All right, next to that, we got the Drummond here. This is the 1/10 horsepower. Again, this is one you're going to want just clean water for. We got the Ultra Plush Edgeless Microfiber Towels. These are fantastic towels. Great microfiber towels at a price of $5.50. Next to that, or back down on the next row, we got the McGraw 21-gallon. Harbor Freight sent me this air compressor, and I'm going to say this right now. I think that with the expansion of cordless tools, that basically, if you want to use like air tools, and significant air tools, you got to jump up to a bigger air compressor than this. Will it turn an impact wrench? Yeah, but you're not going to get full power out of it. Do some research on it, brother. Because that initial burst is great, but it's got to keep going, and it's not going to do that. Honestly, I think either get something under 10 gallons for small jobs and nailers and stuff like that, or go for 25 and higher. You really need to get up there for the bigger air compressors till you start getting real power for your air tools. Next to that, we have the Central Pneumatic Air Starter Kit. Do not buy. I have a big X. Do not buy on that. I think it's unreliable. They have the new Merlin version. I would definitely go with the Merlin myself. The hose reel's not terrible. I actually have one of the hose reels, and it does an okay job. We got the retractable cord reel. If you're on a budget, that's a decent retractable cord reel. Then we go down below, next row down here, and we got the Earthquake here. That's an absolute beast of an air wrench. Again, you're going to need a real air compressor to run it. The Merlin pistol grip there, it's a decent adapter there. The Chief, this thing blowing people away, no pun intended, but maybe intended. Anyway, the Chief Air Tools, if you're into air tools, you got to take a look at them. They're no joke. And that one is on sale down. It's $10 off, down to $40 from $50. The 8-bin parts storage, I know a ton of people who love these things. It's on sale. It's only like $1 or $2 off. But you know what? It's a nice little sale price. Then we got down below that, we got the Hercules blades. Decent blades. Don't sleep on the Hercules blades when they're on sale. The duct tape, you can take a nap on that. That's the electrical tape. It's not my favorite. I've used it. It's all right in a pinch. It's not my favorite. Curved jaw locking pliers. The grips on those, they're trash. All right. If you want to rip the plastic grips off it, fine, but those grips will end up twisting on you, and over years they'll degrade and they'll just come up. They're just a pain. I would say avoid them. Hopefully they're going to upgrade them sometime here soon. Then we got the plug connectors, okay. The hex shank socket adapters, they're decent. They don't claim to be impact rated per se, but I'm saying that I've used them for that. So, and they've held up okay. And for $3, it's kind of like, buy 4 or 5 of them, just keep them in drawers, because mine always seem to go AWOL. All right, next up, the 1/2-inch drive SAE and metric master impact socket set from Quinn. I am over the moon on these sets. Harbor Freight did send them to me. I got all of the Quinn Master sets, and I got to tell you, if you're looking to just build out and get everything you need at just best bang for the buck, that's it. Now, is Tecton good? Tecton's great, and it's right there with it. Gear Wrench is great, and it's right there with it. But when on sale, the Quinn beats them on price, and then you got to look at, well, how do I want to do warranty? With the other ones, you're like, okay, I'm going to do warranty online, and they'll send it to me. If that's the way you want to do it, then go with the other ones. If you're like, hey, I got a Harbor Freight 5 minutes away, that's the way you're going to want to do this. That's just all there is to it, all right? Now, next up, we got the Pittsburgh Deep Impact Socket Sets. I know pros that have been using these for years. It's not the Pittsburgh, it's the Pittsburgh Pro line. They're actually really good. Do they have some skips in them? Yeah, I think they do. At $25, though, it is a solid set that I literally know several pros who have them and have been using them for, oh my gosh, 10, 20 years here. Pittsburgh Mechanics tool set, 301 piece there. A lot of people like this set. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the set. I think that I would rather wait and buy better stuff piecemeal. But if you need a one and done, you just need to pull the trigger and get it done for $170. It's getting hard to get much more than you're going to get in this. All right, down one level, we got the indexing head ratchet there for $17. It's a pretty good tool there if you're looking for that. The 1/2-inch drive socket set, 16 piece. I honestly would pass on this one. It's not my favorite set. $22. I mean, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna say pass. I'm gonna say the wrenches, they're okay. I mean, for $16, you get a lot of wrenches there for $16. But again, the quality on it is, if you're on a super tight budget, I get it. Same with the ratcheting wrenches there. Nothing to write home about, but if you're on a budget, that's your choice and it's there for you. The Icon 3/8 drive, I have to say, this is without a doubt the cheapest gold ratchet that I've seen yet. I know. Harbor Freight sent me a couple. My son took one. My daughter took another one. I think we gave one away. We gave a couple away over Christmas or something like that. They're cool looking, but man, it's just for fun. All right. Then below that, we got the Quinn 3/8 drive 20 to 100 foot-pound click torque wrench there for $60. That's a good one. The Zurich heavy duty truck code reader with DPF regen. Now this is for bigger trucks, all right? Not even my truck. My truck this is not going to work with my truck. You're going to need to get the big boys here because this has got the, I don't remember the type of ODB2 readers that they come with, the port that's on them, but that's for the bigger trucks. Daytona, the pinch weld vehicle dollies, that's if you need that, it's a pretty good price, I guess. Voyager tool bag. I'm a huge fan of the Voyager tool bag. All right, to the upper left, we got some Pittsburgh stuff, the vacuum pump, the 4-ton portable hydraulic equipment one. We've got the 20-ton press, there, or not press, but bottle jack there for $45. That's nice. And for you kids, Friday nights out there racing your jacks, we got it. The 3-ton low-profile aluminum racing jack there for $200. Also, don't forget, we also have the The quick clamps here, not a fan of these quick clamps. Now the Bremen ones are pretty nice, but these gray ones, they're kind of cheap. Magnetic key holder, indoor outdoor extension cord, the brush, 6 outlet power strip for $4. That's not a bad little deal. All right, let's head on to the next page. Well, if you can't wait for that trailer to come out, we've got the Hallmaster. It's on sale right now. What are we looking at? The 17 20-pound capacity, 48 by 96 inch, $520. Hard pressed. It is some assembly required, just so you know. You're not just picking this, rolling around back and having them roll it out. It comes in a box. You're putting that sucker together entirely. 3-point quick hitch there. For those of you who need one, you know what I'm talking about there for $120. The mobility wheelchair and scooters carrier there, $164. Let's see what else we got here. There's the Badland Jack, $270 and $280. Not the best price we've seen, but again, it's middle of summer, and if you're waiting now to buy a jack, you've waited too long, brother. It's a fantastic jack. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, but it's not the cheapest we've seen it. We got the farm jack there for $82. Then we got some more of the winches here. We've got the 5,500 pound in the Apex and in the Badland there. Technically they're both Badland. But we're looking at $229 and $224. These are UTV, small utility kind of. I've seen them on small trailers. I've seen them at pickup beds, that kind of stuff. You're not going to tow a car with it, but for getting your quad up somewhere, it'll work for that. Let's see what else we got here. We got the Fisher 1-ton manual chain hoist there for $90. Then we got the big boy, the Viking. This is the one I think Harbor Freight sent me. Now, it's got the 3400 Peak Amp Pro car battery jump starter and power pack. The thing's made like an absolute beast. But again, do I really need something like that? I want to hear the use case that you've got there for it. On the cheap stuff here, we got the utility knife. It's all right. The E-Track tie-down anchor there for $650. That's a nice one. And of course the V-shaped hang-all. There's always use for something like that in the garage, coming in for $150. All right, next page. All right, we got the Diamondback wet tile saw. This is the 10-inch. This thing, Harbor Freight sent this to me when it first came out. I will say this, I am not a tile guy. I don't pretend to be a tile guy, but there's a lot of great tile channels out there. They've talked about it. This is a pretty good bag for the buck tile saw. I had a blast using it. It was a lot of fun. It did not let me down in the least bit. Are there better ones out there? Yes. But are they more expensive? Yes. That's just the way it goes with these. And you're looking at $450 down from $500. Below that, the Hercules. This is the high torque with the extended anvil. Tool only on this for $150. The 12-volt battery, if you're looking for the 12-volt line, does not go with that Hercules there. But it is a Hercules 12-volt. $18 on that one. Over on the Bauer side, we got the random orbit polisher there for $65, down from $90. Can't believe they're doing that price. Talk about a midsummer sale. Everyone's out there trying to wash the car, polish the car, that kind of stuff. Can't believe that's on sale right now. All right, then below that, we got the nailer there for $80, down from $100. The disc sander over there, it was $190. It's now $170. That's the new upgrade to the Bauer from the old Central Machinery. This is a go-to disc sander, a 12-inch disc sander. I know a lot of old school woodworking, just old crotchety guys who just swear by their expensive tools, who all still are running those Chicago Electric disc sanders. They're just a go-to standard. The modular rolling toolbox there from Bauer. Again, there's nothing inherently wrong with the Bauer boxes. I'm not a fan of the latch style. Dirt does have a tendency to get in there, make them kind of hard to open sometimes. And they just don't have a big enough selection as far as I'm concerned. That's my only drawback. At $60 though, they're a good bit cheaper than a lot of the other options out there. So if that's your poison, I understand. All right, I was talking about the Hercules saw blades before. I'm going to talk about it again. 7-inch glass and mosaic, 10-inch glass and mosaic, 5-inch polycrystalline. Again, $18.40 and $40 also. 40% off, $27.20 there. These are fine blades, man. Fine. Now, the full kerf one over here, I have not used that. If you have, I'd love to hear your feedback on it because that's a new one for me. It's a 12-inch 60-tooth for woodworking. Let me know what you think of it. Then we got the Central Machinery 4x36-inch belt sander with 6-inch disc. That's a revamp also on that machine. It's a pretty solid machine there. It does need some tweaking when you try to first run it, at least typically if we're going based on the old one. Maybe they fixed that. But again, once you did that tweaking, it actually was a pretty solid tool. All right, let's keep going down here. The welding stuff, 170 on the DC 240 there, MIG flux core. This is the Chicago electric welder. I'm not the biggest fan of these. Will they work? Yes. Are they going to give you the best results? Probably not so much. We know it helps using good wire in it. Here's the Vulcan flex core welding wire there. Again, not for, I guess you could probably run flex core in that, just turn the gas off. Anyway, it's coming in at $66. The Central Pneumatic 40-pound abrasive floor cabinet there for $200. You will want to buy a tube of silicone when you buy that, all right, because it's got a lot of leaks in it. That said, I don't know a better deal if you're looking for one, so you're going to have to kind of, it comes with it. It comes with the bread and the butter, all right? We got the fire resistant safe there. It's almost a 1 cubic foot for $150. Some people's gonna say it's not a safe. I can hear you already, but we know it's not a safe. It's a lockbox is what it is. All right, let's be honest about it. But you know what? It's better than the average lockbox. And you bolt it down, it's not going anywhere. Remember, the first level of security is obscurity. Stuff like this just keeps the prying fingers out. All right, let's talk about the brushes there. The detail brush set. It's a cheapy little one. It's $2, and you're getting what you pay for with that. The router bit there, I would rather buy, if you're going to buy a single router bit, I would definitely probably buy a better one than this. If you're getting cheap, I getting the whole set, but I'm not going to buy cheapy singles unless it's just a budget issue. Telescoping magnet there for $2.99, and the spring quick clamps. Those aren't bad, honestly, for $1. They're not bad. And the safety goggles. Not my favorite. All right, on the last page on that was their credit card thing. I'm not going to bore you with that. So again, as we always say, be smart with credit, all right? There's times you can make credit work for you. You get this huge discount, 10% discount, and it's stackable, all right? So you could buy something that's on sale and stack it with that credit card discount. That case, it makes sense, but I would only do that if you already have the money. You can just turn around and pay it off. Be smart with credit, all right? Anyway, if you have any questions about anything that was in the flyer, put it down in the comments below. I always try to read them while you're down there. Don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.